Here we have a brand new in the box GX56-1BDR. It's the King G-Shock model. And go ahead and open it up. So here's the manual for the 3221 module. Nice big thick one. And inside the case, this is 10. And here's the King G-Shock. Got a phone in the middle. And we have the tag. So yeah, this is the gold version of the King G-Shock. As you can see, it has a gold background LCD and some gold features there. The mud resist text up there though is actually white, as is the shock resist text there. And the metal clasp though is silver like the other models, so it's not completely gold. Same with the screws in the side, those are all silver. So really it's just the gold LCD and the protection and G-Shock text on the bezel. But overall, yeah, this one looks really sharp. Has a positive LCD, which is nice for some, since the other model, the GX56-1A, has a negative LCD. This one's a little clearer, easier to read. Just gonna get this tag off there. Set that aside. So yeah, take a closer look. Nice, super easy to read LCD. And very large form factor. This one again, like the others, it's tough solar, non-atomic. It's the export version with a retail price of $150. And the only hard part about these is just finding them for sale. Apparently a lot of retailers we've only got a handful of these, and so they're currently pretty hard to find in the US and elsewhere in the world, really. So if you really want one, keep an eye out. Prices are going to vary. Look for a reputable dealer. But yeah, it's hard to say. Maybe the supply is going to increase. It is the holiday season. It's hard to say what's going to happen with these. Sometimes Casio just doesn't seem to get enough of them out there in the stores when they're really popular. There could be some production issues with these. Maybe they haven't ramped up enough. Maybe they never will. It's hard to say. Like the 7900s were hard to get for a while, the atomic version especially. So if you wanted to take a look, here it is side by side with the negative display, the 1A, and then also the negative 4A model. And so these things are all pretty big. It's hard to get them all on the screen at the same time. But it gives you an idea, real world side by side. Obviously they're all the same exact size, same exact features, but you just have your choice of, appearance here. See which one you like the best. They're all really easy to read, even the negative LCD ones. But of course, the positive is just in lower light conditions is going to be the easiest of the three. And so really, yeah, there's just the one with the positive LCD, which is odd. Usually the negative LCDs are rare. But yeah, it's a bit more plain, I guess, than the others without having the red shock absorber material. This one is kind of a dark grayish. It looks a little brighter in this sunlight there around the LCD, but just a little bit more conservative, I guess, look there with the gold. So it'll be interesting to see if they do release any other variations of these. They're not limited editions in the near future. Seeing as they are very popular, this could just be the first batch, or who knows, these could get discontinued and that's all there is. We'll just have to wait and see what Casio announces here in the future. So if you want, I'll take a look real quick, just going through the different modes here of this one. It's the world time, the alarm, stopwatch, the countdown timer. Again, it's a 24-hour stopwatch and a 24-hour countdown timer. has 5 alarms. Check out the video review I did last week of this one if you want a little bit more in-depth look. I'm trying not to be too redundant in doing these 3 in a row here, but just more to kind of give you an idea what it looks like in real life, you know. And I guess the hardest part, if you did decide on a GX56, is which one do you want to get. It's hard for me to pick a favorite out of this bunch. I mean, obviously the orange one really stands out. It's obviously the brightest, but it's a bit much for everyday wear. I mean, it's really fun. This one's probably, it would be great, but I think if I had to pick one for everyday use that would get the most wrist time, it probably would be this one, the gold GX56-1BDR. That's B as in boy. So it's a little confusing, these model numbers being so close between the GX56-1ADR and B. So, but again, you might have a hard time finding any of these in stock. It might just be a matter of which one you can find for sale right now. It's mid-December 2010. Who knows? Next year, these could be everywhere. But right now, it seems that people are having a hard time finding them. So there we go. Yeah, so for now at least, I would say this is my favorite of the bunch. But again, just for, which one I think get the most wrist time. This one I think would just, fit in the most. It doesn't have, has black buttons on the side instead of the red ones, here on the other model. And then it's just not bright orange everywhere. This one, it would be nice if they had, reversed it so it was mostly black with just some, orange details. Or, have a 4th model with that option. That would be an interesting choice. But yeah, this one, so it's definitely plainer. I mean, it's going to get less attention, I guess, because it's so, it's a bit more subtle, but really depends on your taste. I mean, it's hard to say. They're all great. Casio did a good job of just kind of a nice, well-rounded thing for, for 3 of these. They kind of give you a little bit of choice, but hopefully we'll have more in the future. And yeah, that'd be great. So, a quick look here at the case back. Again, you can see the differences. This one's red, but once on the wrist, you're really not going to notice that too much. And then the orange one is black as well. So, there are these little details that might matter to some. The other thing you could do is mix and match the resin parts. I still don't know the price. I should call up Casio and find out how much the bands and bezels are on these. So you could always, get 2 of these and swap them around, or just order spare parts and mix and match and create your own custom one. If you wanted, that would be a pretty easy thing to do with this model. It's just sometimes though the straps, can easily be like $15, and you can end up spending $30 or $40 just for a band and bezel sometimes. You factor in shipping and everything. So but it's up to you whether it's worth it or not, how you want to go. So there we go, the GX56-1BDR King G-Shock.